Hey guys, Britto here, welcome back to Gold Rush the Game. Here we have another episode number 8 or 9, I don't know, I can't remember now, but we've got our tier 3 wash plant set up. 60% of fuel in here because I've run out of fuel in our big Bowser over here. Got our dump hopper conveyor belt into our shaker, all connected. Got our big rocks getting thrown out here. If I can jump on top, we've got our sluice box here, which I've put the 4 grates on, which I'm not quite sure how they work because they're new to me. I haven't used them previously. We've got our trommel, which comes down through here into our mats, into our duplex jig, and yeah, no hog pans yet or anything. I don't know if I'm going to bother with hog pans, to be honest, but this whole thing is all hooked up, ready to run. So if we come around through here and go start, all this stuff should start up, should all be good to go. Trommel's running, everything's running. It's quite loud, so let me go sound master, drop back down to about 50%. Oop, no. There we go, that should help hopefully. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut that down because we have to head back down to where our digger is and start digging, load up our dump truck and bring him down and start unloading. So it's going to be a little bit of nighttime digging, but hopefully we're going to be able to bring in some gold today, fingers crossed. Alright, there we go. Let's load up our truck. 6% that bucket. I don't know if that was a full bucket or not. Not quite sure, to be honest. Just going to try and work straight back here. See what happens, I suppose. I've got rid of all of our mobile wash plants and stuff. 12%, wow. So it's just going to take quite some time to fill this guy up. Quite a few buckets. Yeah, mobile wash plants are all back, been reset back to the claim. So we need to go and eventually move those guys. I don't know what camera I should really use to load this guy up. Yeah, so all the mobile wash plants have been returned back to the claim, so we can potentially sell them. I might not sell both, I might sell one and keep the other one just in case something happens, say winter time. We have some dramas with one of our tier 3 systems and we don't have enough money to repair it, so I figure might as well just leave one of those things there and see what happens. Hopefully we won't need to do that. Hopefully we can get everything sorted out so we're not going to have to repair anything, but I think when winter comes, if whatever's not put away in that shed when permafrost hits, does get destroyed, so we need to make sure everything's put away in that garage, or at least all the breakable components. So I'm not going to move the whole shaker system and conveyor belts, all that sort of stuff into that garage as such, or in that big shed that we've got. Just the stuff like the electronic components and that sort of stuff that we know is going to possibly get broken when permafrost comes. Alright, so we're about halfway full filling this guy up. This guy's going to take a fair amount of dirt by the looks of it. Got a couple of people that want to work for us. One mechanic, another guy that could work on possibly work on the shaker. So we will eventually look at workers and see if they're going to be any benefit to us. At this point in time, I just need to get some dirt, some pay dirt washed, find some gold, and start bringing in some money because we don't have a lot of money. What we do, we've got 119,000. We need to pay back 50,000 a day, so we've got to be quite careful that we're not, not processing dirt as much as we should be, because if we don't process the dirt, find the gold, we're going to go bankrupt quite quick. So what do you have at the moment? 80%. It's still not quite full. Not too sure about this camera, honestly. I prefer this one. This camera view, we just sort of need to get it set up at the right angle. So I want to make sure I try and get as much of this pay dirt as we can without losing too much of it. All the way down to, hopefully down to bedrock everywhere will be perfect. We need to obviously move back as we dig and that sort of stuff. I want to try and square it off nicely and hope for the best. So you can see there's still some bits here we sort of can't quite reach just yet, so we're going to have to dig a little bit closer to our digger first. There's going to be little bits and pieces we can't actually reach or get to, but we're going to have to, you know, work all that out when we get to that point. So I think pretty much at an ideal position now to move back a little bit. Probably not too much, but let's go back to this camera. Make sure we're sort of square. Let's move back a little bit. Maybe put the bucket around about there. Shut him down. We can go and take our first load. Pay dirt to the wash plant now. Can dump it off. Oh geez, this thing is... I don't like driving these things. Articulated dump trucks and stuff. Not a fan at all. See if we can't get up this hill. There we go. Head through to the wash plant. Dump off our first load. So I absolutely hate the way these things drive. Alright, there we go. Back up. Try and get in there nice and square. There we go. Probably rather use this camera. We can tip off. I don't know how full that's going to be once we're completely tipped off. 99%, so one load fills that right up. Alright, so let's dump that back down, jump out. You can run around and start this wash plant up. Hopefully that'll start. Fingers crossed. Oop, can we get into there? There we go. Hopefully that'll start to bring in some gold. So I'm not quite sure how shut this down for a second. I know the lights are still left on, but I don't know how this sort of section works. I don't know if that gets put into the bucket or if there's a way how I empty that. I'm not quite sure. It's saying it's got 4%. The grate. I don't want to detach the grate, so I don't know how that works. We'll have to look at that later on, I guess. But at least you know it's washing, bringing in some gold. That's the main thing. Head back down. Oh no. Just rolled it. Head back down. Surprised it actually reset like that. Head back down, try and back underneath this digger and start getting some more pay dirt. Alright, sort of all out of whack here at the moment. About there will do. Shut him down. Actually, we have to jump back in and shut him down. There we go. Don't want to keep it running. This is where multiplayer would really come in handy. Oh, there you go. Throw that bucket in. Don't know what sort of dirt we're digging at the moment, so we're going to have to bring up the gold map. Have a bit of a look. Where's our gold map? Let's go here. Toggle. I think that's the square that I just was sort of digging then. Yeah, so that's saying I'm sort of just digging overburden. Not too bad then. A little bit of gold in it. It's just, sometimes we get 6%, sometimes we get 7% out of a bucket, so not too bad, I suppose. Throw this guy in and get this guy loaded up. I don't know how many truckloads it's going to take for us to get a full yield. Or full mats, I suppose we should say. Full mats, full Dubex jig, all that sort of stuff. So maybe 4 or 5 truckloads. To 31, 37, so 6% again. I had a really good bucket before. I don't know how I managed that one, but $43, $44. I want to try and get that little bit there. There we go. It's only like 6%, 6 or 7%, I think. So there's plenty of gold in that bucket. So I do want to square the claim up. I sort of want to, if we go back into our journal, gold map, was it 413? Let's have a look at 413. Yes, I sort of want to dig, make sure we're digging out all of this square. So, and keep the claim nice and square. %. So you can see the way that, I think I've explained to you guys before, the way that the colour changes of that square. When it's a brighter yellow, you know you're on good gold. When it's like a white or, you know, a very dull yellowy colour, you know you're not on very good gold. It would be overburden or just, you know, crappy gold or whatever. But not doing too bad a job here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all the way down to bedrock in certain parts, but I have to try and get down there if we can. So 87, a couple more buckets hopefully will be full. $93, 94%, 93. Hopefully this one will give us 7%, this next bucket. Right, so as I said, I want to square the claim up, so I want to certainly try and get... Oh, you bugger. Certainly want to try and get us running back square with, you know, the square that we're sort of digging at the moment. which might be a little bit difficult. I'm going to have to make sure we sort of move along as we're supposed to. So let's grab this square. I'm going to change this. So I want to move, make sure our tracks sort of running directly like that. So the same sort of way. There we go. So running the same way as that square and keep it squared off. I'm going to have to then come back, maybe another square here, or even just to the end of this square here, and then come back and take all this out as well. But I said I want to try and square the whole claim off and make it so we're digging efficiently. Right, so let's head back to the wash plant with another full load. Have a look at the numbers once we've tipped off. Try and work out how many full loads it's going to take. Alright, there we go, throw this guy in. Alright, off we go. Go down and have a look at the numbers and work out roughly how much it's going to take. 25% or so. About 20%. So this guy is about 20%. So I don't know how I get the gold out of there. It's really quite strange. Guess we'll have to work all that out. Maybe look at the dig tube, and that sort of stuff, and then hopefully work it out through there. That should be able to help us. Definitely going to eventually, I'd like to either purchase or lease another dozer, because we're going to need to do a whole lot more dozer work to try and level out this claim a little bit more in certain spots. It's only a 5% bucket, that one. Right, 6%, not too bad. That's going to take, I think, five truckloads. We'll eventually like to get some you know, Frankensteins and stuff to be able to just throw the dirt straight in the Frankenstein, not even have to worry about driving it anywhere. Just throw it straight in the Frankenstein and they just move it all along until it gets all the way down. 12.2 ounces until it gets all the way down to the I guess the rocker, de-rocker and all that sort of stuff. Gets washed and all that good stuff. Make it a lot quicker, a lot easier than actually having to use the truck. They do chew quite a bit of fuel though, I think, so we'd have to make sure we've got ample fuel supply for that sort of thing as well. The rear wheels on that truck are still moving, which is freaky. Go the wrong way. Right, so nearly halfway loaded this truck. This will be our third load. Certainly want to, I said, square this up as well. I don't know if I actually calculated how many buckets it actually took for us to fill up the mobile wash plant. compared to the dump truck. %, beautiful. I think the digger moves as well, so we'll have to make sure we're always trying to line up with that square that we're actually on at the moment. I just dropped a little bit out of the bucket. Probably not going to be a full bucket this one. That was only 4%. So we sort of need to I don't know. I said I want to try and square it off a fair bit. Make it so we're digging it the right way, but be quite difficult at the same time, I think. So 82%, hopefully. I know we can get a hard worker that actually makes our hydraulics a lot quicker, which will be good for loading the dump truck as well. Won't take quite as long then. Right, 94%, 95 even. Should be a full bucket, or full truck I should say. Alright, let's move back a little bit more. Set ourselves up for the next time we bring this truck back in again. Oh, beautiful. Still the same spot. Alright, let's head down and drop off another load. Quickly check our timer, see how we're going with time. We've only got like 6 minutes to go to end this episode, so what I might do is I might actually dump this guy off and then wait for it to go through the wash plant, and we'll do a bit of a cleanup. Just see how much gold we got so far. Oh, there we go. I'll shut this truck down. Let's go to dig tube. No. Machine store, other machinery, magnetite, maps, spare parts. I don't think it was part of the spare parts. Wash plants. ST sluice box. Move dirt between shaker and trommel. Yes, blah blah blah. But it doesn't actually say how we get the dirt out. If you like, I've got a bucket there, but I don't know what I do with that bucket. I've only got it there just in case, I suppose. Going to here, equipment store. It says sluice box crate. If you want to get even more gold, attach up to 4 sluice box crates. on the sluice box when it's full. When it is full, fill with gold concentrate mix. Clean it out with your little shovel. Gold concentrate mix. Okay. Not quite sure what that means, so maybe I've got to actually... Aha. There we go. That's how we do it. Okay, well let's wait for this to get all washed through. Still got plenty in here at the moment. We're not going to have like a full clean out. It's going to be like a half a clean out. Where's our truck gone? Can't remember where I left our truck now. Our other truck. Here he is. Oop, have to bring him back because we're going to need to use him to transport the buckets and stuff to our tent. So grab him and bring him back. He's quite low on fuel too, so hopefully tonight we're going to get plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel delivered. I think I ordered about $10,000 worth of fuel, so fingers crossed it's going to be more than enough. Let's have a look. So that's finished. Still got to wait for this to process. Actually still throwing dirt in. There we go, now it's full. So once that's done, we should be good to go. So we've got the shaker here. Throwing out all the big rocks. Okay, so let's go and look at this other worker while we're waiting. Workers are waiting. So this guy, Shaker, so we can go, he only works 24%, we can hire him. Hired, what does he do? Can assign, oh, there you go, assign him to there. Can upgrade. I don't know what I'm doing here, upgrade. Plus 4.777, plus 4.77% to wash plant system performance, less malfunction rate, auto repair, durability failure. So I don't think he really does much, to be honest. We've still got a little bit left in here. Right, so I think that'll be it. Right, let's go and shut all this down. Should be able to grab a little shovel. If I can, I might need to take that off to jump. There we go. Now where do I put it? It's not letting me put it in the bucket. There we go. Right, grab that out. Throw it into the bucket. So I wonder if how good that's actually going to be. As far as cleanup goes. Alright, there we go. Let's grab this bucket. I'll try and put them in order. So that one there, we'll go the duplex jigs next. And then we'll do the mats at the end. There should be 3 buckets for the mats. Once I actually get them off, wash them out. I'll put you there. So they're nowhere near full, but hopefully still get some decent money out of it. There's our timer going. Can you stand up? or not. Stay there, whatever. Alright, let's grab one of these buckets. We can put you up there. Grab the other one. Put you up there as well. This one can come around this side for now. So we need to take the grates off, and then we can grab these, wash them in the water. Put the grate back on. Oop. So clean each mat, and then move on to the next box. So that whoa, that bucket is done. So put him at the back of the truck. Bring this back up. It's always been hard to be able to get up and down. Good if it gave us a little bit more reach, I guess. Alright, throw that there. Can we grab that one? I'll grab this bucket. We can jump back over to this side. Wash these two in there. That's another full bucket. Alright, can throw him there. Alright, grab the grill. Also, oh god, grab both grills. So a little bit more reach would be nice. And not throwing the bucket on the ground will be even better. That's those two done. I think this is probably like the worst part, really. Doing this sort of stuff, it's really painful. I know I can get the nuggetator, but we probably will look at that later on. That'll probably help us get it done a little bit quicker. Right, throw it onto there, grab this bucket, drop that there. I'll try and get back up this hill. So we need to turn our water pump on. Oops, headlights. Alright, so one of these guys will be small water pump. There we go. I did turn this guy on as well. Which will turn all these guys on. Awesome. Start with the mats first. $105 ounces. That's pretty good, actually. Considering. Get out of there. Plant 106 ounces, not too bad. So those are the mats that are in there now. Then we've got the duplex jig buckets. $105. See how much we get. Gold. It's probably not going to be that great, I don't think. So they were quite empty, the duplex jigs. 52, so it's only half of what we had for the other one. 22.69, and that was the mats. Right, start throwing these guys in. Oops. $22.69, we should be able to beat that, would hope. Alright, grab this big bucket. Do 2,000 loan, 2 grand on rent, 35 ounces. Okay, cool. So $22.69. 14.9, so the duplex jigs certainly isn't as good as the mats, because that's sort of getting, you know, the bits that we miss off the mats. Don't throw that in there yet. This one should be better than all of them, I would hope, because it's getting like the bigger nuggets. Done. No magnetite added. Maybe that the mats are still the better income as far as the gold goes. So it looks that way. 14 ounces, which isn't too bad, I suppose. Right, shut this guy down. Shut this down as well. Righto guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment on what you think of the series so far. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet guys, please do so. It's been Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.